Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering DNS Unlocker is a particularly annoying adware. Mac users have encountered a pop-up stating Terraform will damage your computer, and stonkstime.com is associated with potentially unwanted programs, adware, and browser hijackers. Adware, such as DNS Unlocker, is a type of bothersome software that displays unwanted advertisements on your computer or mobile device. It typically enters your system bundled with other free software or through deceptive online advertising. Adware like DNS Unlocker can be troublesome for several reasons. Unwanted advertisements. Adware overwhelms your browsing experience with intrusive and often irrelevant advertisements. These ads can appear as pop-ups, banners, in-text links, or even redirects leading your browser to advertising websites. Privacy concerns. Adware often tracks your online activities such as your browsing history and search queries to deliver targeted advertisements. Through third-party advertising, you can be exposed to a variety of questionable and potentially harmful content. Removing adware like DNS Unlocker is recommended for the following reasons. Enhanced security. Adware may expose your system to further security threats. Removing adware reduces the risk of additional malicious software compromising your computer. Improved performance. Eliminating adware frees up system resources, allowing your computer to run more smoothly and efficiently. To remove adware like DNS Unlocker from your system, follow these steps. Uninstall suspicious programs. Open the control panel on Windows or the applications folder on Mac OS and uninstall any new installed programs that you suspect may have adware. Look for programs with names similar to DNS Locker or anything unfamiliar. Use an anti-malware software. Run a reputable anti-malware program on your computer to scan and remove remaining adware. Ensure that your security software is up to date before scanning. Clear cache and cookies. Clearing your browser's cache and cookies could remove any stored adware-related data that could lead to exposure to unreliable third-party content. Reset browsers. Adware often affects web browsers. Resetting your browsers to their default settings can help remove unwanted extensions, toolbars, and reset homepage settings. Nevertheless, keep in mind that doing this will also remove all of your personal browser customizations, so it should be your last resort. Consult your browser's documentation on how to reset it. Practice safe web browsing. To prevent future adware infections, be cautious when downloading and installing new software. Only download from reputable sources and avoid clicking on suspicious advertisements or links. It's important to note that specific removal steps may depend on the adware and operating system you're using. If you encounter difficulties or suspect your system is still infected, consider seeking assistance from a computer professional or the customer support of your antivirus software provider. Mac users have reported encountering a pop-up message stating Terraform will damage your computer. You should move it to the trash. It's important to note that this pop-up is likely not indicative of any malware present. Terraform is not a malware or adware itself, but a legitimate open source infrastructure as code software developed by HashiCorp. It is commonly used by developers and system administrators to automate the provisioning and management of cloud infrastructure. The pop-up message, Terraform will damage your computer, you should move it to the trash, is not indicative of Terraform being a harmful application. However, it's worth noting that this pop-up message is related to the Gatekeeper feature on Mac OS. Gatekeeper is a security feature designed to protect your Mac from running potentially malicious software. When you see this message, it is likely because the version of Terraform you have downloaded is not signed with a valid Apple developer ID or is not from the Mac Apple Store. This doesn't mean Terraform itself is harmful, but macOS is simply warning you about unrecognized developer. To remove the pop-up message and use Terraform on your Mac without interruption, you can follow these steps. Open the System Preferences on your Mac. Click on Security and Privacy. In the General tab, you should see a message stating Terraform was blocked from use because it is not from an identified developer. Below this message, you'll find the Open Anyway button. Click on the Open Anyway button and macOS will display a confirmation dialog. Confirm your intention to open Terraform by clicking Open in the dialog. By following these steps, you can bypass Gatekeeper warnings and run Terraform on your Mac. It's important to ensure you have downloaded Terraform from the official HashiCorp website or a trusted source to minimize the risk of downloading a compromised version. Remember to exercise caution and verify the authenticity of any software you download. Stick to trusted sources. Keep your operating system and security software up to date, and practice safe web browsing habits to reduce the risk of malware or other unwanted programs on your computer. Repeatedly landing on stonkstime.com due to unwanted browser extension, browser hijacker, adware, or other potentially unwanted programs can be problematic for several reasons. Unwanted redirects. Stonkstime.com is likely designed to redirect users to potentially harmful websites or display intrusive advertisements. These redirects can disrupt your browsing experience and expose you to unreliable content. Browsing monitoring. Pubs associated with stonkstime.com often track your online activities, collect personally non-identifiable information, which may expose you to unreliable third-party content. To remove the pubs associated with stonkstime.com, you could follow these general steps. Remove suspicious browser extensions. Open your web browser settings or preferences and navigate to the extensions or add-ons section. Look for any suspicious or unfamiliar extensions related to stonkstime.com or any other pub. Remove or disable these extensions. Reset your web browser. Resetting your browser can help remove any unwanted changes made by the pub. This action will clear browsing data such as cookies and cache and restore your browser settings to default. At the same time, it will also remove your personal setup and customizations, so this step should be a last resort. Consult your browser's documentation for instructions on how to reset it. Scan your website with anti-malware software. Use reputable anti-malware software to scan your device for any remaining pups or malware. Update the software's database and perform a full system scan. Follow the software's instructions to remove any detected threats. Practice safe browsing. To prevent future encounters with pups, be cautious when downloading and installing software, especially from unfamiliar sources. Avoid clicking on suspicious advertisements or links. Keep in mind that the very specific removal steps can vary depending on the pup and the operating system you're using. If you encounter difficulties or suspect your system is still affected, consider seeking assistance from a computer professional or the customer support of your anti-malware software provider. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. Spy Hunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. Spy Hunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the Spy Hunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. Spy Hunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download Spy Hunter today. Thanks for watching.